that's when I said, welcome to another episode of the Protagonist Seat.
The worst week, because there's no double-decker.
0 out of 10. Worst week in all of anime. See it on the front page of BuzzFeed. Is this why anime is dead?
Anime
Yes.
needs saving. Hopefully a show comes next season that can save anime.
We need to form an idol group to save anime.
Yep, so far it's you, me, and my dog.
Kenny will be our tie.
Yeah.
He doesn't do vocals.
He does just sound effects.
But I'm sure we could get some choreography in him. He's probably kind of smart.
Kind of. Goblin Slayer.
Goblin Slayer. It was.
That is Goblin Slayer in a nutshell. The show is. Yeah,
he does not a lot.
Yeah, nothing really happens.
It's like, I mean, in D&D, there are always those sessions where it's like, all right, we're going to go shopping, we're going to fix our stuff, we're going to just like hang out in town.
I noticed, I can see moments that they're trying. You can see the idea that they're going for, but then it always just kind of falls short.
Yeah.
Because when they're going into some of the townsfolk, I don't really care about these people.
Yeah.
Like the paladin lady that just got introduced.
She shows up briefly at one point, and I guess...
like, sup, Goblin Slayer?
Yeah, I guess we're supposed to be like, that's paladin lady. Don't worry, guys. That's paladin.
And I guess the demon lord got defeated by these 3 girls.
Yep.
And
basically
Goblin Slayer doesn't really care because there's still going to be goblins, because of course he doesn't.
Yeah, it's just like, people talk about it as a thing that has happened in the world, but we don't, like, we see a brief thing where the party of 3, which is real lucky to go up against what looks like a kind of like a lich.
Yeah, it looks like a lich.
But I guess they fight it and they win, I suppose.
Yeah. I've noticed, you know what I don't really like? That the elf, the dwarf, and the lizard man are just always together.
Yeah.
They don't do anything separate. It's just every time it's like, oh, Orc Bolg.
Yeah, they literally just...
They show up all the time together.
It's like they're attached at the hip. Do they sleep in the same room?
I've only seen them do so.
Because whenever they show up at the Adventurers Guild, they're always walking down that set of stairs together in the same order. So part of me wonders if they just we'll save money. We'll just use that shot and redub it. It's fine.
The only person that I've noticed got really any character in this one was Cowgirl.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because we haven't seen her in so many episodes.
Yeah, and then she shows up, and then there's like a little bit of character, and then that's kind of it.
Mostly because she hears Guild Girl talking about how they want to open up a training hall. A training hall to train new adventurers and have sort of retired adventurers fill the role of teachers there. And that could be something good for them to do after they retire. And Cowgirl starts thinking, oh yeah, he can't fight goblins forever. What's he gonna do after? Yeah. Probably thinking that would be good for him. And
that, you know what? That will be good for him, because
he's real good at teaching others how to kill goblins.
We have seen that it is a very common thing for newbies to just get shreked super hard by goblins.
In fact, that would be better for him. Imagine this. He's one guy. There's only so many goblins he can kill.
He can train an army.
Yeah, an army just specifically trained to kill goblins.
Goblin Slayer becomes a teacher at the training school, and suddenly the only thing anyone ever wants to fight is goblins. Everyone's like, shit, we gotta eradicate goblins.
Or he accidentally makes a whole group of people way too specialized in one area.
Yeah,
that they're shit at dealing with anything else.
Something else comes along and they just get immediately wrecked. Kinda like Goblin Slayer.
Yeah.
Unless he has some weird scheme.
And yeah, the whole episode was mostly just chilling around in town.
Yeah, it's people bumming around. There's kind of a funny moment where douche fighter with his big spear and his blue armor.
Budget Kukulane.
Yeah. He's sitting there, and Goblin Slayer has his armor getting fixed, so he actually walks around town without his armor and helmet on.
Yeah, and he has no idea it's him.
Yeah, and the dude's just talking to him like, hey, I don't remember. You new here? I don't remember you. And naturally, Goblin Slayer's just like, no. It's
yeah, because he doesn't realize he doesn't remember him. He's just like, no, I'm not new here.
Yeah, I've been here a lot. And then mage chick with irritating cadence comes along and is like, there's no wink quests.
Yeah, I'm glad she didn't talk too much.
Yeah.
It's not sexy, it's annoying.
It is very irritating. I think Courtesan from Zombieland Saga sounds a lot sexier than this woman, who just kind of sounds real sleepy.
Yeah. She sounds almost kind of slow sometimes, too.
For a high level witch, she's a little not right up there.
Also, I noticed with Priestess, she has to kind of recite an incantation to use her spells. If that witch lady has to do that, how long do her spells take?
Oh my god. Like that.
Like, imagine the incantation for those.
Maybe that, like, Budget Kukulane is, like, the best fighter ever because he's got to keep stuff off her for a long time. Because if she's casting high-level magic, I could only imagine how long those incantations are. Ugh. But anyway, that's kind of the only notable... Oh, wait, at the very end, like, throughout the whole episode, Goblin Slayer, they show him doing his routine.
He does this loop around the farm every morning to check for any signs of goblins, and he doesn't find them until the very end of the episode when he finds a shit ton of footprints.
Yep, a shit ton of small goblin-sized footprints. And I guess it's like a, oh shit moment, but it's
goblins are coming.
What else was he gonna do?
What else were we gonna do? The show's about fighting goblins. We need goblins to show up at some point.
It just kind of hangs around for a couple episodes like, well, the Demon Slayer's dead, or the Demon Lord is dead, so we had to say that everything's gonna calm down, but that means the goblin. We've written ourselves into a corner. I guess we'll just hang around and hope no one notices.
Yeah, lack of direction. That's what I noticed is a big thing with this series.
It just kind of meanders.
Yeah, that's the perfect word. It just meanders. It's
like,
just, it's there. It's flowing around. We'll figure out if something will happen soon. We'll bum around to the next plot point that might pop up.
Hey guys, does anyone have a plot point today? No? I guess we'll just bum around till one shows up.
But you know what did not bum around?
Rascal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai?
Nope, they finished the story arc.
Yeah. And it was pretty cool. I like this show.
I think they did this one in only 2 episodes too.
Yeah, the arcs are getting a lot shorter. And I
probably because they really wanted to flesh out Best Girl Kohai.
Yeah. And we also learn an important fact that Kaede is starting to come out of her shell a little bit. She's not quite as agoraphobic as she was previously.
Yep, she's thinking about going back to school at some point.
It's a big step.
And at the end of the last episode, when Mai told Sakuda not to open that box or open that cabinet.
Oh yeah, totally don't open that cabinet.
Yeah.
That's in this exact spot. Never ever open it, forever never.
He does, and he looks inside and he sees what's there, but it's not revealed till later in the episode. But yeah, those are letters that my sister, whose name I forget, wrote to her when they were kids, and she saved all of them.
I also can't remember her name. But yeah, she saved all of them, and at one point in the episode, I forget how, but Sakuta's just kind of like, I get it, they have to make amends, because getting them to tell each other they hate each other hasn't worked, so we'll try that other thing. So he just kind of does his usual bumming around, gathering information about their pasts, usual arc stuff.
Yeah, he's real chill about this one.
Yeah.
In fact, it's not even a big problem since they're both really good at handling being each other. That's not like, oh man, I gotta be you and you gotta be me. That's fine.
Yeah, and you know what? Everything works out perfectly fine.
Yep. Mai is able to learn song and dance really fast and easily perform as an idol.
In a month.
And her sister Mai just does photo shoots for the most part, so it's not too outlandish to do.
She, at one point, her and Sakuta watch a bunch of films and TV shows and stuff that Mai starred in. One of them that they feature is a horror movie. And Sakuta is like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't watch this one to figure out how she smiles. Where she plays essentially Ring Girl or similar Japanese ghost woman.
Yeah.
And then at some point he's like, hey, your sister does care about you, but here's some letters. And then she's like, oh my God.
And she was waiting outside the room the whole time. Then after they hug, and it turns out they never actually swapped bodies. They just swapped appearances.
Yeah, it was kind of like my sister just morphed into her, and then to compensate, Mai was like, oh, I guess I have to be you now. And that was kind of... They do some half-assed, like, it's probably quantum entanglement or something.
Yeah, he goes to see Science Girl, and she's like, she drops a book, Quantum Mechanics or something like that.
I also love the book she drops because it's titled Quantum Mechanics for Gorillas. And on the back, there's, like, pictures of gorillas doing math.
And... just that, that's to be expected. Of course, it was quantum physics the whole time.
Yeah, it was quantum entanglement, particles, Higgs boson. It's fine. Fucking don't worry about it.
That's the explanation for everything in the show. It is some bullshit science.
Yeah, it's probably some weird scientific theory. I don't know.
That doesn't actually apply to it.
Yeah.
How it actually should.
Yeah, don't think about it. Shut up. It's not that big a problem. Here, science. Fuck it. Whatever. And it's... You know what? I kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like Double Decker. My heart goes out to you for not having an episode this week. But it's a little bit like how Double Decker is like, you don't really need to know that, so we're just going to kind of skip that part.
Exactly. We're not watching this show for scientific... Like, I want to know why the high school students are having these weird, mysterious things happen to... That's not why we're here. We're just here to see how they deal with it.
Yeah. Because that's the fun part.
Yeah. I don't care why they switched bodies. I just care how they fix it.
How do they fix it?
How do they fix it?
Turns out they hug.
Yeah, you just gotta hug. Yeah. You gotta combine the two bodies so they can swap.
Yeah, and then they just kind of do like a weird morph thing.
And then at the end of the episode, the sister moves in with Mai because she had a fight with her mom, but now they're close, so she can live with her sister. And...
Sakuta is real bummed about it because he was like, shit.
And then the last thing in the episode,
lovey-dovey.
Mai gets in trouble because someone spots her out with her boyfriend and she's not supposed to have one.
Except this moment was Mai's sister as Mai being out with Sakuta. So it was like the one time they were together when they weren't boyfriend and girlfriending. He was just like, I gotta keep an eye on my girlfriend's sister who looks like her, to make sure she doesn't get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're all in trouble.
Uh-oh. And that's Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Yeah. And that was good. Another good story arc. Another good story arc. Good
I like
show.
It. I hope Kaede is next.
I don't think she's going to get an arc. I feel like it's going to be happening while the other ones are happening.
Yeah, sort of like a background arc.
Because we still got the girl who he looks like his old girlfriend.
Yeah, but
who is in the theme song, so clearly she has relevance.
And now she is a middle schooler.
Yeah, and I think she's the only one left who's in the opening.
I believe so.
And we have like 3 episodes left.
Yeah, so hers will probably be the last arc.
Yeah.
And Kaede will probably be like a sub-arc. I think you are correct.
And Miss Vampire Who Lives in My Neighborhood. That was a B, C plot all in one. Because I don't want to call them separate plots. It was the holiday episode. All the holidays.
Yes, which holiday, you might ask? All of them.
It was Halloween, Christmas, New Year's.
They were just like... it's all fine. We'll just do all of it in one.
We'll do all the holidays.
I think it starts with Halloween, which was immediately off-putting to me because it's December. So I was like, hold on.
But then they switched to Christmas real quick.
Yeah.
Then they jumped ahead to New Year's.
Literally instantly. And that's when I kind of figured out, oh, they're just doing all of their holidays at once just to get them out of the way.
Yeah, which I don't. You know what? I hope no other show does this because I don't like that.
No,
I don't. It's jarring.
Exactly. It is real weird to just suddenly go from, hey, here's our spooky Halloween party. I baked bread that looked like people's limbs. All right, now it's Christmas. Let's learn about Christmas, guys. What's your Christmas like, Sophie?
I would sit at home, browse Pixv and just Christmas-themed photos.
Yeah, it's real sad. She is a real sad Christmas. But then again, she's a real old vampire, so you know what? That's her thing.
And yeah, most of this show, everyone sexually harasses this poor 390-year-old woman.
Yep, it's real weird, but you know what? It's a thing. I also noticed Sophie says umu a lot. Like, every other sentence is just, she's the Umu queen.
Yeah, Umu.
Umu. Which makes sense because she is the weeb, so of course she does.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if Sophie learned Japanese, started learning Japanese because of anime.
Yeah, because she's European.
Yeah. Pardon me. Yeah. But the Halloween episode, they have a costume party, and it's Ellie dresses real provocatively because of course she does.
Yeah, where it's the police bust in and you're like, it's okay, she's like 400.
It's fine, she's a 460-year-old vampire. And the police give you a real skeptical look, and you gotta go back.
Yeah, not buying it.
You gotta go back a couple episodes. Like, no, see, it's right here. And then you still get arrested because you accidentally showed them that spa episode, and you're like, shit, why would I show them that?
I know it's after the credits. Why did I go to that?
Why didn't I just, the credits are over. That's it. Episode is done. They wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah, the Halloween part, they have a costume party, and they invite over their friends, the occult club girl, and the other girl who doesn't have any specific quality about her.
I think she's interview girl. No, wait, that's a cult club girl. I don't remember who that girl is. She's just third
classmate character. I guess everyone's gonna be gay and have a pairing, so that's the occult club girl's character.
Yeah, actually, because I noticed occult club girl is kind of gay for other girl.
Yep.
Hobbyless girl. And
then they spend Christmas together, and in the Christmas half of the episode, they do a sort of, I guess it's kind of like a Yankee swap, but not really.
Yeah.
They just each get randomly assigned a present.
Yeah, it's kind of like a crappy Yankee swap.
It's one with 4 people.
Yeah, so it's not very interesting. And Ellie's like, "What do I buy a human? Rice?" Because Ellie
salt.
Yeah, salt. And then Ellie's like, actually, you could poison me if I get your present, so please don't do that. Which, you know what? I thought that was a pretty reasonable response.
Yeah, they ended up all getting assigned the person that, they're supposed to get assigned to. Sophie buys for her present a manga, and Akari gets it. Akari buys a pair of gloves, and Sophie gets them. Ellie buys lipstick, and what's her name again? Hinata?
Yeah, Hinata.
She gets that, and Hinata's present that she bought was a big teddy bear, and Ellie gets that.
Yeah, so basically there was no point to assigning any sort of Yankee swap at all because everyone just got presents for the person they were going to get presents to.
Exactly.
And then New Year's, and I'm going to be honest, I don't remember this one.
They end up getting a kotatsu, which is those like heated table things with the blankets.
That's right.
And they all are super lazy and lounge around that, and then they want to stay up to watch the sunrise, And then there was one scene I liked where they're looking out and they're just like, wow, it's so beautiful. And then they look over at Sophie and Ellie and they're fading away and they're like, yeah, I'm glad this could be our last view.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that. That was a lot of fun. This show has some good zingers in it.
Yeah.
You know what else is full of zingers? It's called Zombieland Saga, and it's the best show ever, and you should watch it.
I just realized I skipped that one and went over to...
That's why I gave you that look when you started with...
I thought you just weren't ready to stop talking about Rascal.
No, I was done. But I was like, yo, he skipped the best one on the list.
No, because I don't want to talk about Zombieland Saga this week. We're skipping that one.
We're skipping it.
No, okay. Zombieland Saga went out of order. Maybe I'll edit them in order. Probably not. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's not worth it. It's fine. We already addressed it in universe, so it's canon now.
Yeah, it's canon.
Your mistake is canon.
Fuck.
Basically, they learn that they're going to do this special auditorium that has a name I can't remember, and Sakura feels real strong about it. So she's like, it has to be...
She is pumped. She is ready.
She basically has a lot of dialogue that's akin to, hey, this one's gonna be my arc. This is where we learn about my character. And she's not wrong entirely.
Yeah. And they end up... Necroducer sees she's overly excited, so he decides to send them up into the mountains in the middle of nowhere.
Because Sakura is fucking stuff up real bad. She's going too fast, she's out of time, she's too focused on her own stuff and not the group. So he sends her up there to cool down. And that doesn't work.
Yep, they all go up there, and they all have to survive for a bit. And they all do pretty well. Sakura does not.
She does nothing but practice.
Yeah, she is pissed because she wants to get ready for this gig.
Yep, Sakura does nothing but practice. And you know what? Turns out in a survival situation, that's not very helpful.
Yeah, although they're already dead, so survive is kind of...
Yeah, I was a little confused when they were like, I'll find us something to eat. And I was like, but you're zombies, though.
Yeah, you don't need to eat.
Maybe? It's kind of vague.
Yeah.
Because he does give them... fried squid.
I'm pretty sure that's just for like an attention thing when they were mindless.
Probably. But they go up and Sakura is basically useless. Everyone has their own little specialty thing that they do. A courtesan lady picks a bunch of mushrooms and she's like, these look probably good to eat. And then Saki responds with, yeah, and if they're poisonous, they won't kill us because we're zombies. And I thought, you know what? That's a good point.
Junko goes fishing, and it turns out Ai is apparently really good with a bow and arrow.
No, Ai is not good with a bow and arrow.
No, she almost got it. She was distracted.
Yeah, that's it. She was distracted by Sakura.
She's better than you think some idol would be.
She has good... out of the group, she has the best kinetic detection with her eyes, and that is her reasoning, not mine. Because I'm assuming that means she senses movement better, which I guess so.
I don't know why.
She
was struck by lightning. That should have fried everything.
Yeah, she should be. Maybe it put everything into hyperdrive. It just amped her up.
Even though we can clearly see that it burnt her skin since she's all bandaged.
Yeah. Also, they go up into the woods by themselves with their makeup on and snow gear, which at points they get rid of the snow gear because they're zombies. Like, there's one point where Saki is just sitting down with her, like, jacket off, just basically in a sports bra.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter because they don't feel cold.
Yeah, because they're dead.
Well... Tai froze while they were up there.
She did, but then it was fine. Because?
And then Necroducer comes to get them, and Sakura's really pissed. Yeah. And they go back to practice, and she's still out of time with the rest of them.
You missed one thing.
Oh, the boar.
The boar. They set a trap for this little tiny boar that Ai is trying to hunt, and then she senses it's coming because she has super good tracking hunting abilities.
And it turns out that little boar went and got a big boar.
Yeah, and Sakura gets caught in the trap, and she is essentially buried up to the neck, and then...
gets her head ripped off.
Yeah, because the courtesan is like, hold on, there were some revolutionaries that told me some tricks once. Sakura, play dead, which she does very well because she is. And then it just bites her head and pulls her out of the ground and whips her around and eats her head. And then it lets go at some point for some reason.
Tay bites it.
Oh, yeah.
Like a dog.
Because she's basically a dog.
And then Necroducer comes to get them. They leave all pissed. They go back to practicing. Well, Sakura leaves all pissed. The rest of them are fine.
Yeah.
Then they're practicing again, and they mention, hey, Sakura, you're still going too fast. And then she kind of explodes at Ai, basically saying, I was the only one who was practicing.
Yeah, you're all stupid. You suck because you weren't practicing. And they were like, but we were in the woods by ourselves. What the fuck, man?
And then she walks out, but then she comes back after and sees that they're still, even though they didn't practice, they're super in sync with each other. And then she realizes she was wrong, and she apologizes, and they all decide to, they all make up, and they're gonna do real good at the show when it happens.
Yep.
And since she's still kind of excited, she decides to go for a jog.
Hold on. There's one more thing in between Sakura leaving and Sakura finding that everyone is still a big old team. There is an amazing scene with Necroducer at a sake bar.
Oh, I forgot about that scene.
The courtesan shows up, announces that a courtesan is now on the premises because, she's from feudal Japan. And then she just starts dancing at his table and talking to him.
And he's just like, what do you want?
He's so serious. It's amazing. It is so great.
And she did that thing that she did where she slaps him when he's about to say the thing that she wants to hear, like she did with Sakura in the earlier episode.
Yeah, he's about to say, I think she's too hot-headed, but I do have faith in her. And before he can get out that he has faith in her, she just turns around and slaps him, and she's like, you gotta have more faith in Sakura. I've seen her, and I know she's got the heart for it. And then she storms out, and he's like, but I was gonna say, you guys heard that I was about to say that, right?
Yeah, I didn't do anything wrong, right?
And then reparations are made.
And then she goes for a jog.
Which, it
plays out the exact same as the first scene in the show.
And as soon as she was like, I'm gonna go out for a jog, I was like, oh, no. And you don't.
I think they play the same song, too.
It is almost literally exactly the same, and I was so excited because I knew what was coming.
And then bam, she gets taken out by the truck again.
Yep.
But this time it jogs her memories.
It looks like the same truck to me too.
It's the same. I'm pretty sure that's the same truck design. Like that's how trucks look. Yeah, it's just a generic design.
Yeah, because it looks like the same truck. But this time, a dude stops and we see that a dude stops and gets out.
But the zombie dog scares him away.
Yep. And that allows Sakura to get up.
He looks like he really wants help, too. He's like,
yeah.
Sorry.
Because he's just like, oh, shit, I hit someone. I gotta help him. And then the dog barks and scares him away. Which, this dog is creepy as shit.
Yeah, that's still not... That's not an excuse, though. Like, yeah... I did hit someone with my car, but they had a scary dog there, so I had to leave.
They are probably dead. Maybe? They weren't moving when I left.
Again, the dog was scary. I had to get out of there.
He was missing an eye. And she slowly gets up, and she has flashbacks to her past.
Which we'll find out more next week, because that was basically the end.
Yep.
So... I guess we'll learn more about who Sakura is.
Yeah, we'll learn more about the girl that I initially thought was going to be forefront girl, but then was pleasantly surprised to find that she wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on to JoJo.
JoJo. I like JoJo.
In this episode, we learn that the boss is a hard motherfucker.
Yeah.
You don't fuck with the boss.
We learn
about
assassins.
This episode had two parts. They had the stand battle, but a weird sort of explanation into the Hitman squad that the guy with the stand Little Feet is a part of.
Yeah. It basically feels like the show is like, hey, these are going to be your antagonists. Here you go. Look at them. Wonder what their powers may be. And you'll meet them later, so don't worry about it.
And, yeah, so we learned that they tried to go against the boss at one point, and 2 of them got killed for it.
Yes, it was, one was like sorbet, and the other one was something, Italian shaved ice or fucking something like that.
Yeah.
And, it was real hard.
Yeah, they find one dead, and he's, like, tied up in his apartment, and then they get a bunch of packages in the mail, and they open them up, and they realize he was cut into a bunch of pieces and put into these sort of glass frames, and they had to line up all the glass frames, and it was basically a perfect...
It was his body perfectly posed in these glass frames.
Yeah, like a perfect dissection.
If you've ever seen like a brain slide where they just like slice it super thin and make a whole bunch of different slides on it, it's basically that, but with a freaking dude inside them. And I think,
and they were gonna fuck off and not bother with the boss ever again until they found out about his daughter.
Yep. And there's also a dude who kind of looks like a human banana.
Yes.
There's not a whole lot I can say about that guy. He just looks like a human banana. And he's weird.
And the fight with Narancia and I forget his name. It's like Fubio or Foggio. I don't know. Little Feet's stand user.
Little Feet's stand user.
So Narancia figures out that he was hiding in his pocket and the dude has to flee. But turns out Narancia's stand, his ability is that he can track you by your breathing.
Yes, it is not only a remote stand, it is a remote stand that can track any living thing that is breathing. Meanwhile, essentially most of the fight, Narancia has been getting smaller and smaller, which increases basically decreases, I should say, everything about him, including his stand's power. Because just when we think Narancia has killed the bad guy, turns out the bad guy made himself real big, and Narancia's tiny, tiny stand can't do anything about it.
And he's still small, and we didn't conclude the fight this week.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see how this one pans out.
Yeah,
because
there's not a lot to say about the stand fight as much as it was just kind of it was cat and mouse.
Yeah,
and then that part where we learn the boss is a hard motherfucker.
Yeah, that part is super good.
Yeah,
the Little Feet dude shrinks down a car to like microscopic sizes.
We get to see them and how they perform their duties as the Hitman Squad.
Yeah, and he drops it in a dude's drink, and when the dude leaves the restaurant, he freaking returns the car to normal size and just decimates this dude's upper body. It's hard as shit.
The Hitman Squad is not to be fucked with, except for, I guess, we're going to fuck with them and then we're going to beat them all.
Yeah, we're going to beat them because don't worry, because best boys.
Yeah, best boys.
Best boys squad.
And the other characters this episode, meanwhile, were just, man, he's taking a long time.
Yeah, we shouldn't have sent Narancia. Fugo, calm your tits. Are you sure we should have sent Narancia? Giorno, shut up. It's fine. Don't worry about it. His stand is perfect for this.
Man, I'm pretty hungry. Mister.
Yeah, mister. I need lunch. I was thinking about eating some lunch. I need to feed these guys. Because he feeds his stand.
Yeah. His stand eats food.
Yeah, that is a weird little thing. A stand that actually eats food. But nevertheless, this episode led to some interesting things. We learned some new characters. We learned new things about old characters that we still technically haven't met.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a stand battle, and stand battles are always cool.
And we'll probably conclude that stand battle next week.
Yeah, stand battle.
But next up, we have Double Decker. Oh no.
A moment of silence for the best boys.
Iriduku, The World in Colors.
Yeah, they do some interesting magic shit. We learned some stuff about Hitomi.
Yeah, we learned that her mom's not dead. She left.
Yeah, because at first I was like, oh my god, she's dead. And then she was like, nah, she's just gone. Don't worry. And I was like, oh, thanks, man. I was real concerned.
But to go to the beginning, and last week we left off with Asagi telling Hitomi that she liked Sho, and then she ran away. This episode has them avoiding each other, not for too long. I thought this was going to be the whole episode, but only like the first 5 to 10 minutes. Not even the first 10 minutes, first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it gets fine real quick.
And they are avoiding each other. Well, Asagi's avoiding Hitomi, and she's sad about it. And Sho, being the densest motherfucker that he is like, what's wrong? Why are the two of them acting so strange? And even the other girls are like, this idiot.
It astounds me how little he understands, because he recognizes that something is going on, but just, he gets nothing.
Sho is a dense man.
He's got bricks. He's got bricks up there.
He's got bricks. And they eventually decide to talk, because Hitomi just instead runs up to her and says, hey, let's not do this, and let's talk about it. And they do.
And you know what? That solves the problem.
It works.
They go, they hang out, they eat some parfait, they go do karaoke with Glasses Girl and Grandma.
And it's fine after.
And then everything's fine. And then fucking Sho is like, hey, Asagi, it's real cool that you and Hitomi worked out whatever thing you could have been going through.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I don't even have a vague assumption, but glad it's over.
I'm glad you guys were able to work through whatever strange, unfathomable differences you seem to have been going through.
And she calls him an idiot, tells him he doesn't get it, and then, storms off.
And he's like, what? I don't get it.
What?
Because he doesn't get anything.
I could go scream on the rooftop again.
This makes me want to scream on more rooftops. Just, I can't get over how much he sounded like he was being murdered.
And the rest of the episode, Hitomi's practicing to take everyone into the painting, because they decide that'll be good for our school's festival thing. We'll just invite people into the painting. I made the painting, and the rest of them didn't do anything.
The rest of them did their own sort of project things, I guess.
And yeah, they get brought into the painted world. And
the painted world of Iramaeus.
Yep, they go into the painted world, and they're all having fun. And Ai and Hitomi go their own way, just kind of walking around, having fun. And then
they come across Plot sitting in the jungle.
Yeah, Ai finds this dark area with this door.
And Hitomi disappears.
Just gone.
She is gone.
And he opens the door and he sees a little Hitomi in there drawing pictures.
Yes.
And it's her and her mom with a black river in between. Yeah. And that was actually a nice scene, because he was trying to help out by drawing oh, here's a boat. And she's like, I don't want it. And
I don't want the boat.
Here's a bird. I don't want it.
I don't want the bird.
Here's a rainbow bridge. I don't want it.
I don't want the rainbow bridge. And he's like, well, what do you want? What's going on, kid? What's your Can I draw with you? And she's like, yeah. But she doesn't say it. She does it in that kid way where she just tears off a piece of paper and gives it to him. And then Hitomi just explains the whole thing to him.
Yeah, they go out into the real world again, and she's like, yeah, my mom left me, which is why because she, turns out, was the only woman in the family that couldn't use magic, and I could, so I felt that she was angry at me because of that, so I resented magic because of it.
Yep, and I believe that is the whole problem. I'm pretty sure that will end up being hey, that's the thing that caused me to lock away my colors and make myself colorblind.
My mom was a bitch.
My mom left, and it's magic's fault. So magic is gonna retaliate, I guess, by locking away all of my colors and joy and making me a little sad sack.
But now they've kind of address the problem, but I've noticed in this show, you figure out the problem, but it takes about an episode to fully fix the problem.
Yeah, it takes a long time for people to solve problems. And this one, they can't just, like, at the end of the episode, oh, I just went and talked to my mom, because she doesn't know where she is, I think. I would be a little upset if all of a sudden it was just like, oh, I'll just go talk to my mom. I'd be like, well, why didn't you do that sooner? Hitomi.
Well, I don't think she knows where she is.
Exactly.
Yeah, she just left.
Exactly. But normally it's like...
Well, I thought it was more in addressing the problem, like, oh, the problem is I have issue with my mom.
Yeah.
Now I know that I have issue with my mom, so maybe now I can work through that.
So she has to find one person that she can talk to, like, 15 minutes into the next episode and then solve that.
Yeah, and then that'll be fine. And then Sho and Asagi got to work out their shit.
Yeah.
And Asagi's got to just kind of... Well, I was about to say she's got to give some kind of sign, but you know what? It's not even her. But he's just so dense.
Like,
black hole.
Normally I'd be like, she's got to make some moves on him. And at one point in the episode when she's talking to Hitomi, she actually says like, I guess it's, I should have made some moves. And I'm like, but like this guy is real dumb.
He doesn't know.
He's not good at subtext.
Yeah. And he'll figure it out. He's got to figure out by the end of the show.
Maybe by the final episode, Sho will figure out something. Literally second, anything.
We finally finish the show. The final credits are rolling. Everyone's doing some kind of running montage to go with the opening. And then he's running. Hey. He's like, wait a second. Shit. There was no more time. And then it cuts to the PA Works black screen.
Hold on. I think Hitomi was colorblind. And then the show just ends. That would be hilarious. That would be some Zombieland Saga level shit.
I like this show. It's not even the best show on this list. It's roughly around the middle, but it's fun to talk about.
Yeah, there's just something endearing about talking about how nonsensical some of this shit is.
Yeah,
they go into a painting.
Unlike Rascal, they don't act in a realistic fashion for the most part.
No,
but it's almost fun because of that.
Yeah,
to be like, why?
It's like, they're talking about their culture. Their school project things that they're going to give to everyone, and photography club is like, hey, we're going to have our exhibitions up on one side, and art club is like, I'll make some drawings and stuff, and I'll post them up on the wall, and grandma's like, hey, magic club doesn't have anything. What if I just hijack literally everything and make it all about Magic Club, or we go into like a drawing or something?
We're gonna go into the paintings, which
what's that have to do with Photography Club? Nothing. Shut up. It's a cool idea.
Best question I liked in this episode when they were about to go in, they were like, "Is this safe?"
Yeah. And that's
a really valid response because I feel like everyone's been super cool with all this shit. Because imagine that. You go to this school, hey, did you stop by the basketball club? Yeah, they had a cool stand out where, they had like basketball-shaped cookies. Where'd you go to? Oh, I just went to the Magic Photography Arts Club, and...
We went inside a painting for 3 minutes.
Yeah, we went into a painting.
Because apparently when the magic wears off, luckily for everyone else... When the magic wears off, you aren't trapped in the painting forever. You just spawn outside of the painting.
To be honest, I thought when it was up, it was just going to expunge them, like shoot them all out of it, like boom, boom, boom.
That would actually be kind of funny. But nope, they just sort of fade to white, and then they're outside like, whoa. And everyone is super hype about it, but I and Hitomi are just standing next to the projector like,
we had a moment.
We just did some real character building shit while you guys were petting like some paint bunnies.
Yeah, I like when they're asking him to draw the thing too. He's like, all right, what should it be? Fucking rabbits. pirate ships, rainbows, castles.
I like ships. Or I want a ship because I didn't photograph that ship. And then show's like, it should be a pirate ship because pirate ships are cool. And he's like, I'm fucking
and
whatever.
Asagi's like,
all
rabbits, because my name scheme. That's my thing, rabbits.
Yeah, you like rabbits. I like rabbits. And I like the true hero. He is like
includes all this dumb shit.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm doing it. There's
bunny pirate ship Rainbow Land.
There's flying whales. People travel around on umbrellas. It's fine. Whatever. We'll do it.
I'm not putting my name on it, but we'll do it.
I'm not putting my name on this project, but I'll do it, damn it, because I'm a professional.
It's a good show.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. This week, we got some good shows, luckily, but could you imagine how bad this week would have been if Double Decker was the only show we were hype about this season?
Yeah.
And there was no episode? This would have been the week from hell. But luckily, we get a lot of stuff that can carry the season in its backpack. We got a lot of shows with good backpacks.
That's why it's a good season. Even if one of our front runners for anime of the season isn't airing this week, I'm still having fun.
Yeah, I still enjoyed watching.
I'm still enjoying
everything.
all the shows. Yeah, mostly everything.
Yeah, because Goblin Slayer's been a little slow, but
it's been.
I can still watch it. It's not too painful.
Fine. It is okay.
Yeah. There's something that I enjoy about having a main character who responds in like
Soka
2-word phrases to everybody.
Yeah. It was a fine week.
It was. I am looking forward to
seeing Kirill join the military.
Yeah, you're pretty good. I want to see Kirill learn the basics of CQC.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's all we have.
If you like listening to this podcast, I'm going to give you a little piece of advice. Keep this in your pocket.
Ooh, tell me. You got some secret advice for the audience?
There's a little thumbs up button underneath the video. You
no
click
fucking
that.
Way.
I know. You click that.
You click that button.
That tells...
You just click the button. You don't have to do anything else?
Exactly. It's one click.
You don't have to pay some kind of monthly fee for that?
No, you can just do it.
You can just click that fucking button, you're telling me.
It's just a thing you can do.
What if I use Twitter? What do I do?
Oh, you type in, all right? You use your keyboard for this one. You type in @Protagonist seat.
No fucking way, dude.
And then our little handle comes up, and you click on that.
Dude, no fucking way. You just click on it?
You click on that, and hold on. Because I'm going to blow your freaking pants off with this one.
No, dude.
There's a little blue button, says follow. You click that too.
Oh, so am I going to know? Wait, does that mean I'm going to know when all the new videos are coming out?
Yeah, it will tell you. No
fucking way, dude.
Exactly when our new videos come out.
Dude, Jesus Christ, dude.
You can know. There's a way to know.
Dude, I'm going to be on YouTube and I can know, dude.
Exactly. But if you're saying, hold on, my dudes. I got a YouTube, but I ain't got Twitter. How am I going to know when your quality programming comes out?
Yeah, what am I supposed to do then?
All right. So I told you about the thumbs up button earlier.
Yeah, I don't use that bird shit.
Exactly. Don't use that bird shit. You go look at the thumbs up button and then look over. I think it's to the right a little bit. It's a little red button, says subscribe.
Yeah, I couldn't read that word. Thank you.
It is very long. Don't worry if you can't read it. It's real hard.
I don't got time for reading. That's what I got you guys for.
Reading. It's a rectangular red button. You just click on that, my man. You click on that button.
No fucking way, dude.
And you know what? In that thing it's got that same real long word that you go to when you want to watch the quality programming that you regularly watch. Our podcast will come up there.
No fucking way. It comes up right in that little area right there.
It just comes up right in that little area.
You can just click on it then, right?
Yeah, and then you can just click on it and boom,
dude.
You're watching it.
Amazing.
Suddenly, you're watching another quality episode of the Protagonist seat.
Well, I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to go do that right now.
Exactly. I'm going to go do...
Yeah, let's go do that right now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go do that right now. Go do that right now.